Hello my fellow smug ones. Well, I'm guessing there's bound to be a lot of different opinions about this, so let's begin. Okay, this story is from The Sun and it says the PM will be banned from unilaterally ordering the country's schools to shut down ever again under the new proposals in Parliament today. Backers of the radical plan say it will stop kids ever having to endure another apocalyptic year stuck at home and deprived of their friends and books. And yes, that must have been quite hard for them, especially if they don't have an Xbox. Although, yes, obviously we know it was all done for our safety, especially at the start when we didn't know anything about it. But I think that as we learn a little bit more about the whole situation we're all in, I think they could have, took a bit more of a balanced approach rather than close all the schools altogether. Even, for example, if children were just allowed to go for just once a week, maybe even for a few hours on different days, or different class at a time with desks spaced out, of course, around 2 meters, for example, then I think that would have been much better than nothing, or video calls. But then again, hindsight is a wonderful thing, isn't it? Just ask Captain Hindsight. Anyway, Tory MP Robert Hulton is tabling the bill to reclassify schools as an essential infrastructure, placing them alongside hospitals, nuclear power stations and of course supermarkets. A new triple lock would be created to stop Number 10 from being able to order draconian shutdown in England at the tick of a pen. And the thing is though, whilst a triple lock does sound quite unbreakable, doesn't it? I'm sure the government could, if they wanted to, find a way around it, just like they've appeared to have done with the whole pensions triple lock, or actually double lock, I think it is now. Instead, ministers would have to consult the Children's Commissioner, let Parliament debate and vote on it, and give MPs a vote on renewing it every 3 weeks. Mr Hulton said it would stop the disaster of a school shutdown happening ever again. He said these closures wielded a hammer blow for students' education and of course well-being. And his bill, known as a 10-minute rule motion, has got the backing of a string of Parliament big guns in kids' education, including Children's Commissioner Rachel de Souza, I hope I pronounced that right. Anyway, pupils missed a staggering 115 days of school classroom time during the pandemic, experts have said. And whilst the shutdown has taken a huge toll on the mental health of kids and teens, a string of alarming studies have found that youngsters are of course less happy and more depressed as a result of the school shutdown. As the bill is tabled by a backbench MP though, it only stands a chance of becoming law if the government accepts it. Oh really? I don't know if I've been living in a parallel universe or something, but I'm sure I remember a few years back there was a few backbench bills becoming law that the government, or indeed probably the majority of the country, didn't approve of. But then again, of course, we had a different speaker back then, didn't we? To be honest though, I've got a feeling that the government might not accept the bill anyway, purely because quite often we always seem to hear, don't we, that their emergency powers, or whatever you want to call them, keep being extended if anything. And the way that the daily figures appear to be reported, like the whole 28-day statistic, for example, then I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. YouTube's algorithm thinks you'd like to see one of these videos next, so let me know if it's right.